So next topic is very interesting topic: voltage regulation in a transformer. So transformer, there is a this voltage regulation is a very frequently used term along with the transformer. So what is voltage regulation means? Definitely your transformer will operate in with load only. So you will not use a transformer with no load. Then there is no use for using the transformer itself. So definitely transformer will have some load. And if you want to practically say what are the load, all the appliances are going to be the load. See at the street end, you will be having a transformer, right? For the transformer, the loads are going to be the entire houses on your street. Each house is going to be a separate load for the transformer. Inside each house, each terminal, each plug point you have, that is going to be the appliance where you connect to the plug points are going to be the load for the transformer. So indirectly, you see the if you are using a mixie in your house, that mixie is a load for your input voltage. That is in turn going to be an act as a load for the transformer at the end of your street. So the load is going to be the which appliance is going to use the secondary current for its function is going to be called as the load. So when we are going to increase the load in the transformer, and definitely when the load is going to be more and more load is going to be added, the current is going to be the current consumed is going to be larger. In a transformer, when the current consumed is going to be larger, there is going to be a change in the voltage. In summer, when almost all the houses will have air conditions in their house, correct? So in summer, when all of them turn on the air conditioning units inside the house at 8 p.m. in the night, then the transformer will be heavily loaded because an AC draws huge amount of current. One AC draws, or assume one AC draws 10 amperes of current. You have 100 air conditioners in your street. So you need 1,000 amperes of current. So because that much amperes of current, whether your transformer can really provide or not, that capability is going to be called as your voltage regulation. So when you are going to have increase in load, definitely the load current is going to be higher because more the load, more the current it has to draw from the transformer. When the current drawn is more, in transformer, current and voltage are inversely related. So when current drawn is going to be more, the secondary voltage is going to drop. So when the secondary voltage is going to drop, the power factor is going to be lagging because the current is higher and the voltage is going to drop. In the reverse case, if the very few load is running on a transformer, then the current drawn will be less, the voltage will be higher. In that case, the power factor will be leading. So you can never clearly say in a transformer when you will have a lagging PF or leading PF. So definitely under heavy loaded condition, the power factor will be lagging because the transformer will be struggling to provide the required current to satisfy all the loads. And you know that if an AC has to run, it needs 10 amperes constant current. If the current goes below that, it will be low voltage. You call it as low voltage, right? The AC will start not work properly. And if the current goes beyond 10 amperes, it may damage your equipment. So I need a constant current of 10 amperes to run my load. So when so much loads are connected in parallel across my transformer, the secondary current is going to increase and the secondary voltage is going to reduce. So if it is going to reduce, the load power factor is going to be lagging. If it is going to increase, the load power factor is going to be leading. So voltage regulation, it is a term which mentions which will measure what is the change in secondary voltage from no load to full load. In no load, the secondary voltage will be maximum because the current is zero. In full load, the secondary current is maximum and the voltage will start reducing. So because of adding so many loads, how is my secondary voltage being changing? So that is measured by the parameter called voltage regulation of a transformer. And while doing all these things, we are going to keep the primary voltage constant. So assuming the primary voltage is constant, we are going to add load in the secondary and measure how the voltage is changing from no load to full load condition. So see here, V2 of 0 means no load. When we write only V2, it is full load. So if regulation means the difference between the two. So if we definitely in no load only the voltage will be higher, right? So I'll subtract V2 of 0 minus V2. So this is called as the regulation. So regulation means, and we have these terms per unit regulation, down. So it is called as V2 0 minus V2 by V2 of 0. It is called as percentage regulation. Down means I'm going to measure with respect to V2 of 0. Up means I'm going to measure with respect to V2. Okay, the numerator is going to be same in all the case. See here, denominator, if you use denominator as V2 of 0, it is going to be percentage regulation downwards. If it is percentage regulation upwards, it is the same numerator divided by V2. So if nothing is specified, means you have to take it as percentage regulation downwards only. So V2 of 0 minus V2 divided by V2 of 0. This is the standard formula we'll be using for percentage regulation downwards. So ideally, can anybody say what should be the regulation of a transformer? Ideally, regulation value should be what for a transformer? Can somebody guess what should be the percentage regulation for a transformer?
Zero,
How
sir.
many how many ever loads I am going to add, they all should work. Nothing should stop working. So which means that my transformer should be catering to all the loads. All the loads are working properly means there is no reduction in voltage, which means no load condition equal to full load condition. So what is the percentage regulation? Somebody told the answer.
Zero, sir.
Zero. Yes. So the ideal transformer, the voltage regulation should be zero, which means that there should be no variation in voltage of the secondary when you are going to change the number of loads in a transformer. So ideally it should be zero, but practically the regulation will be very, very small, like 1%, 2%. The values will reduce because of your load. And AC, you are going to put from 8 p.m. to say 12 a.m. Only for 4 hours you're going to switch on your AC. So once you switch off your AC, again the load becomes varying. So your house AC will be switched off. So that extra current can be saved. So the load is going to be completely varying for a transformer, and this percentage regulation value will not be always same. It will be varying from time to time. Okay, it will be varying from time to time. Don't assume that this value is going to be constant. It will depend purely on the load only. So if the load is going to be varying, then this percentage regulation value will also be changing for a transformer from time to time. So we are going to find the expression for percentage regulation of a transformer. Okay. So from the phasor diagrams, what we have seen. Okay. So first we'll take no load. Under no load condition, the primary voltages will be same and secondary voltage will be equal to V2 of 0. I told you the secondary is having no load. So the secondary voltage will be no load, and V1 is approximately equal to E1, assuming that there is no loss in the primary. And always, E1 and E1 is going to oppose even magnitude wise, they are going to be same. And E2 is going to be equal to V2 of 0. I put V2 of 0 here to indicate no load condition. Please understand that. K is the transformation turns ratio. So I can write V2 of 0 equal to E2, and E2 is equal to K into E1. So it is K into V1. So V2 of 0 equal to K into V1. Okay, so now we are drawing the phasor. So in the phasor diagram, this is going to be the reference point I'm going to draw. This is my I2. My I2 is lagging. This is your V2. I am drawing V2 here, okay? This is your V2. My I2 is lagging behind V2 by the phase angle phi 2. When voltage is lagging, when the current is lagging behind the voltage, what load I am considering in the secondary?
Inductive.
Inductor. Inductor.
Yes, very good. It's going to be an inductive load. Assuming an inductive load, I'm going to do this calculation. You can do it for capacitive load also, but assuming an inductive load, I'm going to derive the expression for voltage regulation in a transformer. Okay, so I will explain this phasor. From then it's going to be mathematical. So I'm taking reference as V2. Since I'm going to consider inductive load, I2 will be lagging behind V2 by phase angle phi 2. Okay, and that, see, step by step we are going to drop. See here, OA is the full load. OA is the full load terminal voltage V2, and AB is the resistive voltage drop I2 into RE2. So because of this RE2, you will have a drop that is going to be called as I2 into RE2, and this one will be parallel to I2. I'll be drawing I2 into RE2. In the diagram, it may not look parallel, but it will be exactly parallel because I am just multiplying I2 by constant RE2. So I'll be drawing I2 RE2 parallel to I2. Okay. Next one you see, BC represents the reactive voltage drop I2 XE2. This is your BC. So this is your I2 XE2 because of the leakage winding. We have seen, right? You will have R and X. R is because of the leakage resistance and X is because of the leakage reactance. And I2 XE2 will be in this way. Okay, I2 XE2 will be in this way. And when you join both, you get I2 ZE2. You're able to visualize the impedance triangle here, R, X. So R plus JX, if you add, you get I2 into ZE2. This is going to be the I2 into ZE2 component. And in the first thing you see, we have written V2 of 0 equal to K into V1. So if you scale this K into V1, this will be adding up with here. So it will be adding up here like this, K into V1. So these are the conditions we have assumed here. So OA is the full load voltage. Next one, I have assumed I2 is inductive, so lagging behind, and AB is the resistive drop. I2, ABC is the reactive drop, and AC will be the impedance drop, total impedance voltage. Okay, it will be the total impedance voltage I2 into ZE2. And OC represents the no load terminal voltage. So from here till OC is going to be the no load terminal voltage that is going to be given by V2 of 0 equal to K into V1. So now from this we are going to find what is the expression for regulation. Okay, so the exact voltage drop as per the voltage regulation formula we know, the exact voltage drop is going to be V2 of 0 minus V2. This is the formula for me voltage drop regulation. What is V2 of 0 from the diagram? V2 of 0 equal to OC, correct? OC minus what is V2? V2 is going to be OA. So I'm going to find OC minus OA. V2 of 0 is going to be OC and V2 is going to be OA. So it is OC minus OA. Okay. And if you draw, if you from keeping your compass here, okay, maybe I'll remove all these, you'll be able to understand how to measure OC without knowing its length. So you can do it for how to draw a circle. So keep your compass here, keep your pencil edge here and draw the circle like this. So it will touch the point at G. And I can say OC equal to OG because both are going to represent the radius of circle, correct? So I can replace OC by OG. Clear? And how I am getting OG? I am just keeping my compass end here. I'm going to give my pencil tip here and I'm going to draw the circle. You know, in a circle, the radius is going to be same. So OC will be equal to OG. So it is going to be OG minus OA. OG is here. OA is here. So if you subtract OG minus OA, what will you get? OG is the full thing and OA is this part. So if you subtract OG minus OA, what will you get?
AG, sir.
AG.
Yes, it's going to be AG. And what is AG if you split? I can split AG as AF plus FG. Okay, I'm splitting AG as AF plus FG. And what is AF? It is present here. This portion is going to be AF. See, everything is geometry here. So AF is this portion plus FG. Okay, plus FG. And AF, I can write it as AE plus EF plus FG. So I'm going to split up finally into line segments. So AF, you see AF equal to AE plus EF from the diagram. Okay, AF equal to AE plus EF plus FG. The FG have it as it is. FG we are not going to find it now. And what is EF equal to? And EF will be equal to BD. EF will be equal to BD. And what is BD here? EF is equal to, see, we are drawing BD parallel to AF. So I'm going to draw a voltage BD parallel to AF. So if I draw a voltage BD parallel to AF, then I can find, see, this is invisible. It is, I'm drawing BD parallel to AF. So if I find, I can find the value of EF. So EF will be equal to BD. You are able to understand? See here, I am drawing a line segment for EF parallel from B, which is going to be BD. So BD will be equal to EF. And AE will be, as usual, AE. So see here AE plus EF. AE is as it is AE and EF is going to be equal to BD. From the you can see a right angle triangle here. So from this you can using the trigonometric angle for phi, I can find the expression for AE and BD. So AE will be I2 RE2 cos phi and BD will be I2 XE2 sin phi. And getting this trigonometric, I am not going to help you. You are going to, from the triangle, you are going to write the trigonometric formula for cos phi and sin phi and write the angle, write the expression for AE and BD. I am not going to do that. You are going to do that. If the power factor is lagging means leading means replace phi by minus phi. So cos minus phi will become cos phi, no issues. Sin minus phi will become minus sin phi. So you get a minus sign in the middle. So the power factor is, we have considered lagging power factor because inductive load we have considered, correct? For inductive load, everything is positive. For a capacitive load, in between here you will have a minus sign. So when you consider both, the approximate voltage drop is given by I2 RE2 cos phi plus or minus I2 XE2 sin phi. So what is the percentage regulation formula? This drop divided by V2 of 0. So I2 RE2 cos phi plus or minus I2 XE2 sin phi divided by V2 of 0. Divide each term. So I2 by V2, I'm going to write it as VR, and I2 by I2 RE2 by V2 of 0 is going to be, I'm going to denote it by VR, and I2 XE2 by V2 of 0, I'm going to call it as Vx. So XR is going to be the resistive drop and Vx is going to be the reactive drop. So we got the expression for percentage regulation in terms of resistive drop and reactive drop. So